Counterpunch Boxing News. And I got to go live with you guys before work. And we got to talk, man. We got to talk about the helping hand. Bars. We got to talk about Floyd. Floyd, Money, Mayweather. Anthony, AJ, Joshua. Could it be? We got to see. We have to see who wants what. I'll let the chat load because it's still 0 on the chat right now. So let's talk about it as time permits. I'll let you guys come on in. We got 1 like, nobody on the that's crazy. YouTube, only YouTube. How can you be on the like button and nobody in the chat? That's crazy. But yeah, man, we got to talk, man. We got to definitely talk about Floyd. You know, Floyd and Anthony, Joshua, right? So, you know, Floyd came out, talked about Joshua. I said it before. I said it before he took a loss. Kurt, do you think we would get the fights we want to see if boxing didn't have belts? No. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not about the belts, bro. It's about the networks. See, if you had only one network like UFC, you get all the fights you want. Then we'll really see who the biggest bitches in boxing really are. Because there would be no temptation about waiting on. Because a lot of times, these fighters, it's not that they're scared to fight these other guys. They just don't want to miss out on the opportunity if they lose. So I think it's danger of not fighting them. I think it's danger of losing the fight. That's what I think. More so than, man, I'm scared of this fighter. No, you know this fighter also got skills. He's had just as many knockouts, just as many wins as you, or more. And why go in there with a guy that's a live dog when you can wait around and you don't give a shit if you lose or not to a person that has all the money. See, people are trying to wait out for the money, for these big money fights. Why do you think Devin wants Kambosos? Because he wants to be unified. That's the easiest way. He knows. He's scratching and clawing for that fight because he knows if he gets that, he will be the undisputed lightweight champion. And he knows if he's the undisputed lightweight champion, everybody got to come through him if they want to be a champion. But more than likely what happens, if he gets the fight with Kambosos, and he beats Kambosos, and he is then the undisputed champion, something that Lomachenko wasn't, nor Teofimo wasn't, people are going to skip their ass right over 135. They're going to go right to 140 because they know they won't, unless there's another bullshit belt that they can get that somebody will create. You know, leave it up to Mauricio. He'll create a belt. He'll create a belt for somebody else. You know? Tittles will destroy AJ. What's Tittles? Who's Tittles? Who the hell is Tittles? But no, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think at the end of the day, these guys will, you know, they'll hide behind those networks as long as they can. You know, I think a lot of these guys, they sign with certain networks for the signing bonuses, for the contract. You know, look, why do you think Bud Crawford really stayed with Bob Arum? Yeah, Bob kept signing them. He kept re-signing them, but he didn't have to. No, he didn't have to. Bud kept coming because he knew I got to guarantee you $3-4 million a fight. Listen, those PBC guys, they got paid well, but they didn't get $3-4 million. Okay? If you look at, like, you have guys like even when Sean Porter fought Errol Spence, right, which was a very good fight, they both got $2 million apiece. $2 million apiece. So, would you rather have $2 million apiece on a maybe upside to pay-per-view, or $3 million or $4 million guaranteed because it's in your contract? I mean, come on, let's not be a fool now. Mike, Nicoletti, what up, Kurt? Love your work. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I love working. Get this. I am in a, just finished working out and all that good stuff. But I'm in a town called Altus, Oklahoma. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but that's where we're filming. And it's a small town, about 20,000 people. But it's nice. I like it. You know, people are nice, people are pleasant, you know. I should start like I travel so much, so I should start and do like a video on the places that I go. What do you guys think? You guys would follow that if I did that? GB Lifetime Video, salute King in chat. Appreciate you, GB. You know? How's it going, Kurt? Amok PvP. It's going great. It's going great. About to head to work. Got like 3 hours of work. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. So everything's good. Everything is real good. Fanny on my face. Yo, yo. Yeah, man. They already have a little drama on the set. You got people that don't want to take the COVID test. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it. You know what I mean? But I guess wait. If you got enough money, just wait till everything blows over before you start taking, you know. But then logic tells you it's going to be around. What do you think about Haney and Diaz? Devin, he can't be in a situation where he can't he can't be in a situation where Teofimo was. He can't afford to do what Teofimo has done. Because, see, for one, Teofimo had options. Devin Haney really didn't. Devin Haney can't afford to be defeated because he's avoided. Avoided fighters can't afford to lose, people, in case you didn't notice. If you are if you're a fighter that's avoided and you lose, you know who you'll end up like? You'll end up like Tevin Farmer. You'll end up like Demetrius Andre, but Demetrius hasn't lost. But still, you know, you'll end up like better yet, you'll end up like Tevin Farmer. You know, he was on a good roll until he lost. Then nobody, you know, people forgot about him. Traveling and recording sounds great, brother. Nice. Made you keep boxing in this piece. What's up, brother? Have you watched any of my recent videos? If so, thoughts on the views? Man, I haven't, but I will. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of like Floyd wanting to help AJ? Do you guys think that he can help AJ? Should I create a poll or what? I think I should create a poll. Do you think it's a good idea, Mayweather working with Joshua? It depends. I know it would be extra pressure on Joshua then Mayweather would have his own thing because logic tells you if Mayweather loses again, if Anthony loses again, it will be, it would be like it would reflect Floyd. Cool. I'll make a poll. Yeah, force my hand. Why not? I don't know what to say. 50-50. I think Virgil might be a better option for AJ. Why Virgil? I don't know if I would want Floyd training at AJ full time, but AJ should train with him at the gym. I've always thought Floyd had one of the best jabs in boxing, let alone his head movement and defense. He needs to go back to the old Joshua and get that animal instinct back. He says he has it. That's what he says. Oh, yeah. You guys heard about punch drunk boxing, huh? Yeah, he got in a bad car accident or something like that. He's in ICU. So, yeah, I'm going to put the poll up. There we go. Kurt, what's your opinion on Charlie Cawley and Hugh Boyle? I have no idea who those people are. Last person you need is a soft-spoken trainer in the corner. Nah, you don't need that. That's why I wouldn't want no one like Mark Breland. Mark Breland and AJ, nah, man, that's too passive. He needs somebody dominant. See, at least like Ronnie Shields would be the dude that like he will get outright with you. You know, no one can help Joshua. He all mental. He's more of a businessman. He doesn't seem like a winner. Mm. Yeah, I see a lot of things that Floyd like he's done has made you scratch his head, right? Don't come with me with that bullshit, but I'm a businessman. Like when you say both of those things in nah, the same sitting, that's not good. It sounds confusing. I would imagine anyone would benefit from a little time with Floyd, but I'm not sure his style is the critical missing component in AJ's skill set. Do you think AJ is going to get his ass kicked again? Well, if he comes in there with that same bullshit, yes. And then especially if he doesn't have a game plan that's solid enough to even talk about having the game plan. That's sad. That's some sad shit. You got to ask my team. Motherfucker, we asked you. We didn't ask the team. What's going on, man? Okay. All right. Poll has been created, guys. So let's have it. I think Virgil's better option based on his style compared to Floyd Jr. It was just a quick random response to give somebody something to compare to. Okay. Floyd's smart on boxing, but is he what AJ needs? AJ messed up by having a bunch of folks around him in his corner who didn't want to see him beat Usyk. Michael Fuller. I just don't think they knew what the hell they were doing. And I don't think that they knew unprepared were prepared to even train Anthony Joshua for Alexander Usyk. I don't think that anybody was there. That's the way you making it sound is like some sabotage shit. I don't think nobody tried to sabotage. No, I don't think that. I don't believe in that type shit. Especially if you're on the same team, because ultimately, if the guy does well and he's paying you, you would want that guy to win, and that guy is Anthony Joshua. So I don't think there's somebody that's sitting around lurking trying to be like this double agent or some shit. No, bro, that's some other shit. You know what I mean? Like that's past time bullshit. We're talking about guys that are put in positions that can't do a job they're paid to do. That's what it is. And I think that these guys weren't. I think the whole team is trash. I think that. I think the whole team is trash. I think he needs to fire every one of them. Anyone that's dealing with him training, fire them. Yep. Fire them all. Fuck them. Fire them. Do you agree that they definitely did not prepare him? Yeah, I know they didn't. They didn't give him a successful strategy that he could implement. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Michael, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone assumed AJ would steamroll Usyk, fell under the he's too small spell, and I guess no one saw him fight before. They didn't give a shit. They thought that he was going to get hit with one of those punches, and then the quality. See, this is the problem. People do act like those guys, Wilder, Joshua, Fury, they pretend like these guys have some type of magic in their fist. All they have to do to connect and connect the punches, and then good night. You know what I mean? People act like these motherfuckers can't, like they can punch someone and automatically because they punch these guys, they're going to immediately fall. Like that's the dumbest shit ever. We should have learned from Derek Chisora. When Derek Chisora, when like just grazed over Usyk and gave him a walloping, right? Gave him a one-handed hiding. That's what he did to Usyk. He grabbed Usyk with one hand and he whacked him with the other hand. If you knew anything about boxing and you knew anything about resistance, you knew Usyk obviously has to have some resistance to his chin because he took a lot of punches. He took a lot of grazing shots. When he spent out and he had his head too high, Chisora, being the experienced guy, caught him, in that situation. So no, did he fall? No. See, and then people act like, oh, well, Joshua does it. No. Joshua caught him with some good shots. That man didn't go anywhere. I'm tired. And see, the problem is we looked at people so damn tall and big to the point that we thought they were just giants, like someone that's smaller than them possibly can't compete with these guys because they're so big. That's bullshit. If that was the case, Mike Tyson would have got his ass beat a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the gist of it. Evander Holyfield would have been beaten a long time ago. He's just too small. Usyk is a heavyweight, Vincent. He was a heavyweight when he won the Olympic gold. He wasn't a light heavyweight. He wasn't a cruiserweight. He was a fucking heavyweight. See, Joshua was considered a super heavyweight. Hi, Kurt. Have you thought about an exhibition bout between yourself and Wilder and a Wilder's fan? Nope. Because, for one, I mean, if somebody paid for that shit, I would, but that would be something that you would run into, some dickhead would run into, like, wait a minute, what time is it? Okay, my watch is off. Okay. Counterpunch to you, Kurt. Vincent, appreciate you. Mayweather's all wrong for AJ. But no, back to what I was saying. No. A Wilder fan, like, it would be petty to beat up somebody that's a Wilder fan. But then I believe, this is what I believe. I believe a lot of people, because I get inboxes of people that they'll inbox talking about still talking about the long count. Like, dude, don't talk to me about the long count. And I'm not even going to entertain a person that inboxed me with that bullshit because this is like, yeah, the count was long. You know, the count was long. He really got knocked out and all that bullshit. I'm like, dude, Wilder don't even talk about that shit no more. But you still doing it? Fuck out of here. Like something's wrong with certain people though. I mean, a lot of people are, are fucking retarded. Kurt, sorry to change the subject, but do you think Spence Crawford fight will eventually happen? I don't know. I believe no, but then since Crawford has cracked the PBC egg, it can mean two things. It could be very good for PBC or Hal Heyman, or it could be very bad. Because see, Al could look at it like this. Al could say, you know what? Fuck Terrence Crawford. I don't want Terrence Crawford here. I don't want to sign Terrence Crawford. And if I did, I would sign him only to keep him from fighting the guys that's already making me money. But then I think he wouldn't want to deal with them. Like, hey, we already gave up Sean Porter. I don't want to give up all of my guys fighting Terrence Crawford. Because Al Heyman don't care about the best fighting the best. He just cares about the people that he manages and getting them the most money for what they're doing, which they're really not doing shit. So with him, you're winning if you don't want to challenge yourself. If you don't want to challenge yourself as a boxer and you want to get paid and you got a great record or a good record or whatever, and you got some skills, you don't have to worry about anything with PBC. You just fight the people that may be below or lower average than you. He needs to follow the blueprint of Canelo versus Billy Joe and work on stamina. His power will be the difference. I mean, that's what they thought. That's what they thought before, and it wasn't. Kurt, when are people ever going to get over and realize that it's not the size of the dog, it's the fight of the dog? Yeah, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Absolutely. What do you think about Amir Khan versus Kell Brook? Old news. Charles Edward Cheese. He will give up all of them, in my opinion. Charles, what do you mean? He will give up all of them. What does that mean? I'm interested. Who are we talking about? Al. You mean like give them up as far as what? Like let them fight? Keith Garcia. You think it's time? You think he's going to open the stampede and just say, hey, fight Terrence Crawford? The one that brings me Terrence Crawford's head, I'm going to give you an extra $2 million as a signing bonus? That could be some shit. It'd be like, Crawford. Kurt, did you watch the Harold Sconiers interview on? Man, you know what? I forgot. I know it was something that I was supposed to do. All these ninja old. No. You can only milk for so long. Well, I mean, that's true, but then, you still got Ugas. You got Spence. Ugas could be made. Ugas is still the WBA. I mean, there's fights he can have. Well, Sean Porter's out, so you still got Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman and Errol Spence could fight. Only one that got any heart over there is AB. AB's considered a fucking fossil now. He's considered a fossil. And that's why he wants $10 million and he wants to extort Al. Al ain't trying to give him that money. And he won't let his hands go. Nope. No, it's extortion. Shit, AB. Shit, I bet you AB will try to rob Al. 8 Ball and MJG is the greatest group in hip hop history. Not a fossil. Well, hey man, It's been a long time since he's done anything in the sport. I mean, in the sport. I can't believe people slept on Ugas beating Manny. I did the same mistake when Porter fought him, but Ugas was legit robbed. Yeah, I told you guys that. Cuban fighters, bro, let's face it, they get treated like shit. Cuban fighters get treated like shit. And they're the go-to people to shit on. Or you watch the Sonya's video, you could make a video about your thoughts. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. AJ reached his status from exposure. Big, strong, handsome guy. Not his classic boxing skills. He's a solid boxer, but Usyk took him technically traps, thinking 2 steps ahead. Had AJ's rhythm round 2. Yep, he already knew what he was going to do. He knew what Joshua was going to do. He seen Joshua fight. Why do you think Usyk showed up at them damn fights? He showed up them fights because he wanted to see what he's going to do in certain situations. AB has been shell shocked ever since Madonna put that raw ass whooping on him. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, he fucked him up, and then he only fights a certain. Because this is what happens though. Maidana forcefully beat him up. He forcefully did it, and he made Broner fight. See, Maidana made Broner fight. It was either you fight me, I'm going to just beat you, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And Adrian fought back. Well, he took an ass whooping doing that. A couple knockdowns, a thorough hiding. And then every other fight, and guys actually tried to stick and move, he was expecting, in his mind, he's fighting Maidana. He's thinking Maidana's going to crowd him and throw punches, but a lot of fighters don't do that. They get in and out. So, like Pacquiao did. They get in and out, hit him with 4 or 5 punches, and then get out of position for him to counter back. They're not in there the whole time trying to trade punches with him like Maidana was. So I think mentally he's thinking these guys are like Maidana because eventually they're going to come in and I'm going to hit him with something that comforts me from a legitimate counter, a catch and release. But if the catch and release is not there, he's not going to throw. So he's just kind of one of those guys that he's so accustomed to that ass whooping, and Maidana wasn't going anywhere. He's accustomed to catching Maidana, and then the fight is brought to Adrian Broner. If you don't bring the fight to Adrian Broner, you can easily outwork him and outbox him. You don't have to crowd him. Kurt, you're going to be watching the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight. When is it? I don't even remember when it is. Maidana was doing the smelling salt in the AB fight, though. Yeah, I think he was doing that with all of them. He needs to follow the blueprint of Canelo versus Billy and work on the stamina. No, they said that shit the first time. That's the first thing they said to him. They said, hey, you have to, show him your strength. And he did that, and it didn't work. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, the shit didn't work. It did not work, peoples. I'm trying to tell you. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy. I brought the whole hood out here. I'm like, damn, why couldn't he say hood? Why didn't you just say, I did this for the hoods? If you were Kambosos now, Kurt, what would you do next fight? Man, if I was Kambosos, I would have a fight. I would go home and celebrate. I would suck all that up. Then I would have a fight back home in front of 80,000 people. Win, lose, or draw, I know I got mine. And if he wins, okay, he's a celebrated Australian champion. After watching your interview with Lopez Sr., I know Jr. was going to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, man, he talked with some confidence, didn't he? Let me tell you something, bro. My son never lost a round in sparring. I told you Lomachenko's a sucker. And my son was ready. My son. Yeah, it's a shame. what Maidana did to Broner's career. One fighter caused him to totally become nothing but a footnote now. It's really sad. Well, he got the Pacquiao fight. In fact, he got the Pacquiao fight before Keith Thurman did. So, I mean, he got the Pacquiao fight. Not everybody say they can fight Pacquiao. Canelo can't say that. You got the Pacquiao fight. You know, he got the best fight that you can possibly get. Alexander Knox was good, Kurt. I think AJ and Floyd could work only if he trains him with the pretty boy Floyd mindset when he was a stone killer. Maybe. But could AJ have that type of punch output? He said the last thing is AJ needs is Mayweather messing his heads up. Pretty boy mindset would help. Imagine Canelo versus Pacquiao. He's just too big. I wouldn't want to see that. Canelo probably would have knocked out Pacquiao. Or, now the strange thing about that is, it depends on what Canelo we're talking about. Like the Canelo of now, you know, that wouldn't be cool. You know, he would probably hit Pacquiao with a body shot, and you know, Pacquiao would be like, oh, boom. He'll probably hit the ground, boom. I don't think Floyd Jr. has that pretty boy mindset anymore. I know he don't. He ain't got no pretty boy mindset. He ain't trying to fight nobody for no damn. Listen, Floyd fights for money. Floyd fights for opportunity. He's an opportunist. He ain't caring about fighting the best, challenging himself. He ain't caring about none of that shit. That's pretty boy. He gave up on that. He stopped fighting for challenges a long time ago. You know, so right now we're at 209 votes. 56% say that no, he wouldn't help Anthony Joshua, and 44% says he would. So, you know, we'll let it go. You didn't talk about Michael Hunter and the robbery last night. No, man, I didn't see it. I didn't see Michael Hunter fight. I know he's isn't he supposed to fight? You know what I like to see? I like to see Michael Hunter fight Frank Sanchez. That'd be a good fight. Mayweather style pressuring fighting is economic and overlooked, in my opinion. That's hands up, walking forward with educated pressure might work for AJ. Maybe. He definitely doesn't need to be scared, because if he does, because you think about it, Derek Chisora wasn't scared, and he had a better account of himself because he was more confident. He pressed the action. He gave people what they wanted to see. So, all right, Floyd money. Do you have a little paper plate?
Yeah, you're under the microwave.
Oh, these cabinets open? Oh, okay, thank you. Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya and Muhammad Ali face the best opponents. Floyd did for a while. Pretty boy. You know, Floyd will say, I made this look easy. I made this look easy. Me fighting Canelo was a walk in the park. Yeah. Good old Floyd. Good old Floyd, Money Mayweather. On vacation? No, man, not quite. Actually, the opposite. You could say I am on vacation, but I'm not. I'm actually in work. So work kind of feels like vacation. If you are being honest, why are we depending on Floyd Jr. instead of Jeff? No. The best Floyd impression I've ever heard. Does Floyd actually train any heavyweights? No, he does not. Okay, it's 44% to 56% now. What's up, Kurt? Joining late. Got the topic. Oh, the topic is Mayweather training Anthony Joshua. Floyd be like, has he lost before? That is true, Vinny. Oh, Anthony Joshua's lost before. So the loser is already in his mind. I can't help him. He's a millionaire though. Like me. He respects it. I think we can do something. Has he lost before? Yeah, that is Floyd.
I'm angry.
He beat Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez. What more do you want? Hey, Gerald Johnson, counterpunch to you. He did do that. He beat them both. Legends. But I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna keep the poll up, of course, and we're gonna see what you guys decide. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make another video of it. I want to get ready for work. Tank be side-eyeing Floyd. Hell yeah, be side-eyeing Floyd. Charles, counterpunch to you. You see that shit? Yeah. He be doing that. He be doing the most. And I'm like, yo, like, what's the deal? But, you know, he knows he can't say anything because Floyd, I'm going to feed your ass to the dogs. You better do what I tell you to do. I'm going to feed your ass to Lomachenko. I'm gonna feed you to Lomachenko. No, man, I don't want to fight longer. Well, you keep on doing that bullshit, you gonna be fighting that motherfucker. He gonna pity pat your ass to death. Kurt, thoughts on Power Book 2, 3, and 4? Man, I can't wait. I gotta check out the rest. You know. I gotta check out the extra season 2. I'm looking forward to all of it. I'm not a fan of Kanan though. Yeah, rest in peace to Roger Mayweather. No doubt. But guys, I appreciate you guys coming in. I got the poll started. I gotta get ready for work. Gotta eat, and then I will come back and we'll recap. At least when it gets a couple thousand votes. Did you see the Frank Mir versus Kubrat fight? Man, I saw that bullshit. Frank Mir got hit and he turned into a fucking zombie from 1982. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for coming on. Peace, love, and blessings. We'll see you guys on the next one. And you guys have been counterpunched. Peace. Michael Fuller, the poll is on my community. So check it out, brother. Peace.